more resourceful than I thought.
It should have been the Brotherhood dealing the final blow to the Institute, not the Minutemen. And just like that, the Institute was gone in a puff of smoke. Thanks to the Minutemen.
Never expected the Minutemen would be capable of taking out the Institute.
Ballanet Alpha at 93%.
So,
compensated.
any other tricks up your sleeve besides making the Institute disappear?
That depends. Do you have a deck of cards?
If I did, you'd be welcome to it. Heck, I'd give you a medal if we still use the darn things. Now, I'm not so sure using the Minutemen to do the deed was the best idea. But you got the job done. And in my book, that's what really counts. Anyway, I'm not here to talk your ear off. Maxon's informed me that you're continuing your tour aboard the Prydwen. So I was hoping you could assist me with a long-term problem. Keeping the Prydwen hovering like this is putting a tremendous strain on the ship's propulsion systems. I can stay ahead of the repairs, and we have plenty of fuel to keep the fusion reaction sustained, but we're short on reactor coolant.
I'll be on the lookout. Don't worry.
Well, you can look all you want. You're not gonna find cans of the stuff laying around the Commonwealth. Here, take this list. It details exactly what you need to make a can of this special coolant. Find the materials, whip some of it up at any of the chemistry stations on the ship, and bring them to me. Pretty simple. If the coolant's good, then I'll even pay you for it, as per our retrieval compensation policy. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. Good luck.
Attention. Any personnel who have not completed their annual medical evaluation should report to Knight Captain Cade immediately to schedule an examination. That is all.
That's quite the crater you've manifested in the center of Boston. Marvelous work. Simply marvelous.
You aren't disappointed that all the Institute's technical research just went up in smoke?
On the contrary, it's always been my sincerest hope that the Institute's ill-conceived research would never see the light of day. And, thanks to your efforts, it appears that my hopes have become reality.
I was simply doing my duty, Proctor.
Nonsense. There's no need to be modest. You deserve all the accolades you've been receiving, and more. And despite popular opinion on this vessel, I feel that using the Minutemen to accomplish this feat was an inspired concept. You've minimized the Brotherhood's potential casualties by coercing another force, using them as virtual cannon fodder. Inspired. Sometimes I feel the Brotherhood has such a narrow view when executing its operations. Well, I've already taken up more than enough of your valuable time. If you still wish to procure technical documents, or escort one of my scribes, please let me know.
Quinlan?
A synth. Right under our noses the whole time. But what you did, it was the right thing. But you probably have some documents for me. Or perhaps you'd like to aid a research patrol.
I found some technical documents for you.
Splendid. I'll put them to use right away. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, The Commonwealth is an almost unlimited source for these technical documents. Check every building you explore during your patrols very carefully, and you might be pleasantly surprised at what you find.
Feeling any after effects from the Institute explosion?
Just the satisfying sense that justice has been served.
I couldn't agree more. The Institute's destruction has certainly given the Commonwealth a brighter future. You did a hell of a job out there, you know? Everyone aboard is talking about it. Working with the Minutemen to destroy the Institute may not have been the Brotherhood way, but it was still the right thing to do. Anyway, as long as you're feeling fine, you're cleared for active duty. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Never did like this rust bucket. Oh, sure, the Pridwin's a fine ship, but put me in the field any day.
Not sure I like the idea of the Minutemen having so much firepower. Next time you run an op, how about you invite your brothers and sisters to the party?
It should have been the Brotherhood dealing the final blow to the Institute, not the Minutemen.
I know I'm not the first to say this, but I appreciate what you did down there. The Institute got exactly what it deserved.
I'm guessing that's not all you wanted to say.
Is it that obvious? Sorry. I just keep thinking about all the lives that were lost getting to this point. There was this one pilot in particular. Rico was his name. I'd been on this ship long enough that I watched him go from a greenhorn wastelander to a lancer. Every day, after his duty shift, he'd come back here and we'd talk about, well, everything. Sometimes for hours. I remember the day Kells put him in command of a vertibird. He ran right down here to me and handed me a bottle of whiskey. I told him to keep it, but he insisted. He said I was his friend. Felt he owed it to me for keeping him sane all those years.
Did something happen to him?
The worst thing you could imagine. Right before you got back to the Pridwin, Kells told me he was shot down. Some punk with a rocket launcher got lucky and blew him from the sky. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this. It's not really any of your concern. I guess I just wanted to show you that there's two sides to every victory. Those who live to revel in it, and those who died making it happen. Well, I think I've raked you through the mud for long enough. Here, I want to give you this as a token of my gratitude for everything you've done. I hope the gesture means the same to you as it did to me.
Tegan.
Welcome back. Heard about Dance. Just know, what you did was right. Now, what can I do for you?
Let me see what you have.
All of my weapons are mission ready.
Do you realize that by destroying the Institute, you provided me with a host of new opportunities? I can't wait to get to work.
What do you mean?
Well, it's quite simple, really. The detonation of the Institute's reactor undoubtedly had a significant impact on the Commonwealth's ecosystem. There hasn't been an atomic explosion of this magnitude in quite a long time. Certainly none that I've been close enough to study. The prospect of watching what this immense concentration of radiation does to the local flora and fauna is nothing short of exciting. You've done a great service in the name of science. In any event, I'm certain you need to get back to your duties, and I need to get back to my data. Thanks again for providing me with such a wonderful opportunity.
Scribe Naraya.
Have you collected any blood samples, Paladin?
Yes. Here you go.
Thank goodness. I was running low and didn't want to draw any more samples from my specimens. Here's some caps for the trouble.
Attention all personnel. This is to serve as a reminder. Scribe Naraya's mole rat subjects are not pets. They are crucial military resources. As such, they are not to be fed by any personnel save Scribe Naraya and her team.
Minutemen took down
Any
the
violation of this policy will result in severe
Resourceful than
discipline.
I thought.
Dr. Lee,
I have some important work to do, if you'll excuse me.
It should have been the Brotherhood dealing the final blow to the Institute, not the Minutemen.